Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number, let me go to my other screen here, 47. I was going to say 57. We would have skipped 10 shows. And it would have been like the other mysterious podnutz episodes that you guys can never find, and I don't know where they are either. Anyway, Android App Addicts is a show where we bring Android apps to the table. We, 4 of us, actually, on the call, we bring stuff that might be interesting, fun, what we've found new that week, things we're using, things we hate, things that are cool. And we bring those apps to the table, we share them, talk about them, hash it out, and hope you guys get some good app ideas out of the show. So let's get started here. I'll introduce the co-hosts, and we will begin. First off, in the middle of a thunderstorm, so you're not going to see his video. We might try a little bit later to get it. But for right now, as the effect of Comcast brings us the door-to-door geek, Steve McLaughlin. What's up, Door?
Hello, all. Oh, just happy, podcasting again. Talking about good stuff.
Good. I'm happy that you're podcasting, and I'm also happy that you're happy.
Yeah, and I'll say thanks for everybody for the kind words and the emails, and keep those Google Plus invites coming. Keep them coming.
Awesome.
If you want one, just shoot me an email.
All righty. He means that, guys. Shoot him an email. You can email him at doortodoorgeek@gmail.com or doortodoorgeek@podnutz.com. Door, who is your internet provider, by the way? Was I right with Comcast, or did I wrongfully accuse them?
Yeah, it's Crapstick Service.
I knew it. Mm-hmm. Also joining us, Eric Ardini from SiliconWrench.com. Thanks for joining us, Eric.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Glad to be here tonight.
Glad to have you. What's going on over there? Anything?
We're probably going to have a big storm for tonight. Hopefully after the podcast is over too. But it's really muggy. Staying busy fixing computers, playing with apps on Android devices, bricking and unbricking.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh. Fun stuff.
That's right. Got to hear about that. We'll get to that after we introduce Sean Johnson, who is SJGeek89 on Twitter. What's going on, Sean?
Nothing. How's it going, guys?
We're doing
good. Glad to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back. What's up with you? What's new these days?
Not much. Just messing with my new Linux box, thanks to Door Inspired. And actually, it helped me get my first app tonight. So
really?
Into that.
Would you build a Linux PC?
Yes. A friend gave me a couple old PCs, so I said, yeah, I'll take them. And I wiped Windows out, put Ubuntu on there, and it's flying.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I love it.
Very cool.
I was at Best Buy today, and they have an Acer laptop, a 14-inch for $279. This thing's cheaper than the netbooks. It's got a fast Celeron in it, 250 gig hard drive, 2 gigs of RAM. It's like the perfect Linux machine, just begging to be Linux-sized. I was so close to buying it. All right, let's start off with Door tonight, and then we'll roll around and do Eric and Sean in the order of Skype numbers that they are. What's up? What do you got going on, Door?
Okay. Well, first app I gotta say, I do use every virtually Google service under the sun, but it's the old adage: keep your friends close and the people you don't trust a little bit closer.
Is that the adage?
I don't know. There are definitely more untrustworthy corporations, industries, sites out there, but it's always good to just try something else. And I gotta say, every search engine I've tried for the last 10 years, except for Google, I found to be completely suck. Bad search results, bad interfaces, bad everything.
Right.
Until I tried this service called DuckDuckGo. I know the name ain't great, but I will say I actually listened to the founder guy on Hacker Public Radio at hackerpublicradio.org. It was around episode 773, where he basically told you this is him, only him. You can freely block all the ads with a simple option menu. He said in actuality, like 80% of the users always hide them, and then like 60% of them always uncheck them and bring them back to help support him. It uses a bunch of stuff. You can actually do syntax in the search box, like exclamation point and G, type in your search, and it will use Google in as the main search engine and actually transfer you to Google. Or exclamation point and W, and it will go to Wikipedia.
What's the
Or
name
you
of
can
the
just
app
type-
store?
I'm sorry, DuckDuckGo.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
The mobile app I really like because it's a combination of a couple things in my eyes. One, right in there, first screen you go to launch the app, you have search history. So it's very easy. With Google, it seems like I got to do a little typing before I get any really search history. Maybe it's just me. But I also like that when you do a search, the first thing you find is relevant categories to your searches. So if you would type in, hypothetically, Windows, you would get like storm windows, I don't know, some kind of other kind of windows, and then computer windows, you know what I mean? But the search results I found to be very on par, if not in some cases, dare I say, better a little bit, without maybe getting a brick thrown at me. But I gotta say, if you want to just try another service, you don't want to have everything deeply embedded into Google, I highly encourage people to give this a try. I've never used another search engine for more than 3 days, 4 days in the past. This is now going on like my 7th or 8th day.
Awesome. This is a great thing. I did hear about this, but I never really gave it any cred. And I think the more people that talk about it, like you, person I trust, that this is a great thing to use.
Well, I'll admit, I gave it no cred whatsoever until I heard the guy talk and explain what it is, how it works, why it works, and what his plans are for the future, and how really the number one concern with this whole service has turned out to be privacy. They keep no caches of IP addresses or anything on the server. They have no idea about anybody who's using their search engine. There's no special plugins, extensions, sites you have to go to or anything. It's just DuckDuckGo.
Now, why do they do that? To compete with Google, or just because they just don't want to do that?
No, because the early adopters to the service voiced it as a concern, which shows he listens to the people who use his service, kind of thing.
Well, that's a huge marketing point. If you do want to get a leg up on Google, I would advertise the heck out of that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a real good selling point for this. Cool. What do you guys think about this, DuckDuckGo?
Sounds pretty. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it definitely sounds pretty cool, and I actually heard about this app. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Where was it? Oh, Google Plus on Door, where normally I hear lots of stuff.
You'll have
But I
that.
have.
Did you use it, Sean?
No, I haven't checked it out yet.
What about you, Eric?
I haven't used it either. I think anything that's going to protect your privacy, especially with as big as Google Plus is getting, I think people are going to start looking more for this soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely their unique selling proposition to advertise the privacy, because there's not too many things you could have over Google, and if I would just anything that you can get as an edge, I would use it as an edge. But also the way it does searches looks really cool too. Good one, Dor.
And the bow tie looks good too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like the logo. Logos go a long way with me.
Yeah, and I'll say I typically don't trust anybody that wears a bow tie. It's just
Even a
something
duck? Even a duck?
but it looks good. It looks like it fits, so I'm going for it.
All right, good. Eric, what do you got for us this week?
My first app this week is SwiftKey X. I don't know. I think I've demoed every keyboard app I find so far.
Have you tried Better Keyboard yet?
No.
Oh,
This
my
one
all-time favorite app. Okay, go on.
is my keyboard.
SwiftKey X?
Yeah, let me give you a link. It is. Has anybody tried this yet? You guys?
No.
Yep.
I gotta give a demonstration because this is actually fun. A keyboard to be fun, and I can't show it to you on my tablet because my tablet doesn't do it nearly as cool as my phone does. So give me a word, Steve. Start me out with a search. We're gonna do a search.
Asparagus.
Okay.
Is that too long of a word? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me.
How about cheese?
Okay, cheese. All right. Yeah. Let me back it here. Okay, we're gonna start. Actually, I got a spam text today, so this is where I'm Okay, we'll start with cheese. CHEE. Oops. I gotta be able to spell.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm gonna move my camera down here real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, look at all the devices down there.
Okay, let's see here. I guess you guys can see it.
Move it a
Yeah,
little farther away from the camera.
I do have too many devices, don't I?
No, there's never too many
Nope,
devices.
nope. It's shame on you. You don't say that.
Never say that.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Let me put it back. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll say I got this when it was a free app.
What does it
Okay,
do?
so you type in the predictive search on this is amazing. It doesn't even matter what you type in; it predicts what you're going to say. So I typed in the word cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now we're going to get closer here. And then the next word it thinks I'm going to do is and. So I'm going to click and. And now for some reason it says few or I or the. It's giving me 3 choices of what my next word might be. So you can go few. Cheese and few $100 in the world of online storage. And I don't even have to type it, and it's just telling me. And then you can hit, and then it's either period, comma, or and. So we'll go and the other side of the best way to
Wait a minute,
get
Eric.
your free account. Yeah, it's just but when you are actually typing like a message to somebody, it's spot on, man.
It predicts correctly.
It does. It's really good.
It tells you what it thinks for you.
It thinks what you're gonna.
I mean, as long as it's right. I mean, that sentences you made were such nonsense. It's like I thought you were being sarcastic about this app at first.
Well, no, it's because, to be honest, if you type 1 letter or 2 letters, it seems like most of the time it gets the next word right. You know, right. Cheese and broccoli, BR, and it's there, broccoli. You know what I mean?
I'd have to try it out. Try it out.
So I just sent that message back to the spammer, the spam me. So I'll definitely get a lot more spam. I accidentally hit send. They know I'm alive now.
Damn. Hate when I do that.
But they'll know. They probably think I'm a lunatic, so that's okay. They won't. Maybe they'll leave me alone.
They won't read it. That is pretty cool if it works.
And another thing it does, which I did not partake in, is it will monitor your Gmail and messaging information to see what you're typing normally to predict even better.
Yep. Here's my example.
It really does that? Wow.
I type POD, and 2 of my suggestions are podnutz and podnutzian.
Really?
Wow.
See, that's pretty cool. I don't know, man. I'm so far. I'm like, and on the tablet, I was kind of slow. It's not slow like that. But for some reason, they do have they have a tablet version. I think maybe they're just cutting this back, so I will buy both versions. The tablet and the phone separately. Do you use the phone? You mean you use the phone version on your tablet? I tried, but it doesn't work as good.
Gotcha.
It doesn't. Yeah. But they do have a special tablet version.
Yeah,
I think
I see
it's
that.
$7 maybe.
Yeah.
The SwiftKey, I think it's $4.07 if I remember correctly.
For the phone, it's $4.06. For the tablet, it's $5.07.
That's what. Yeah, I don't get that. Oh well.
Tax, maybe.
It's
I don't know. Yeah, I'll say I honestly, the thing I really like about this is the voice input. I've only seen 2 keyboards do this in the past. When you do voice input, it doesn't just assume and then move on. If it has any question at all, whether or not it thinks it knows what you said, it will actually give you 3 choices on what it thinks you said.
Yeah, that is awesome too. Yep, that's cool. I just used that today. I found that out myself today on that when I used it. And one of the 3 choices, no, actually none of the 3 choices were perfect, but one of them was close enough that, yeah, go ahead. She got the idea of what I was trying to say.
Right.
It's interesting, Eric. I don't, it's nothing. I don't want anything to bring me off better keyboard. Love it too much.
Well, see, to me, this is the perfect keyboard that I use for my keyboard manager switching application, where in portrait I get one keyboard, in landscape I get another, because when I'm driving I have it in landscape and I need that voice thing. And to be honest, at the most, I have to say something 3 times. At the very most. But most of the time, the first or second time, it's either perfect or it is what I said. Instead of saying it just says it's, and it's acceptable. Click, move on.
One thing it's missing is the swipe like technology. It doesn't have that, but I think the predictive makes up for it on this one. It's still just as fast for me to type this way as it is with the swiping.
Yeah, I'll say to me it's very close speed wise.
Well, it sounds like a great app for everybody else except me.
Eric, is that the?
Go ahead.
Oh, is that the app that was on Amazon the other day?
Yeah.
Was that on?
Yep.
Man,
It
see, I was gonna get it too, and I was like, oh, I'll get it later, and I should have hit because I know like on Amazon I think you can do like save for later or something.
What was it, the free one of the day or something?
Yeah.
Damn, they give away like $5 apps?
Yeah,
well,
sometimes.
Right, and from Lee, who was on here before, told me, and I didn't realize this, it's easy. You just go to the app, you hit install or get app, click get this app, and then it downloads, and when it pops up to install, you just cancel out of it. And then you can go back at any time and re-download it. So that's what I've been doing every morning. I have my apps reminder thing dinging me at 7 o'clock, and I just hit download, keep driving, cancel.
And then what I like is when I do that door, and then when I come back to either the phone or the tablet, it's ready on either one to install. I don't have to look at the Amazon App Store on my tablet. It goes to my Amazon account, which goes to both devices at once.
Right.
Very cool. Good app, Eric. I honestly, seriously, I would love to be able to use that, but I'm married to better keyboard, and I can't cheat.
I just like things that don't quite make sense with words. That's why I like Google Voice and this,
Yes, I've sent Google Voice transcripts to my brother, and I said, you got to read this. This is ridiculous. But I do like when they get the word podnutz right in Google Transcript.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man. Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Over to Sean.
Okay, as I was saying earlier or before the show, I just installed Ubuntu, and then I listened to the Podnutz Daily where the Makogo guys were on.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, I'm going to check this out. And I tried that, and I think they said something about they were going to try and get it so you could do it mobilely. So I was like, all right, there's got to be something in the App Store. Maybe I could try this. And so I stumbled upon this app. It's a remote web desktop, and it doesn't do anything like Makogo, but luckily I stumbled upon it. It's pretty cool. So basically you install this app, you start a session, and then you go into your browser and you type in the IP address, and it has a couple extra numbers on there, and now you can see your phone on your desktop, and you can take screen captures of your phone if you want, which you have to be rooted in order to do that. It tells you. You can access the SD card. You can access the internal copy or from it to your desktop, or vice versa. And I just got this last night actually, but I thought it was a really cool app. There was another cool part. You can use it as a webcam.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. Neat. Wasn't somebody just trying to do this? Somebody emailed you trying to do this, I think.
I don't remember. You got me off guard. Okay. But real quick, I also believe this is the one. The SD browsing is nice, really nice.
Yeah, I used it. I did a couple back and forths. It worked flawlessly.
Wow.
Wow.
Now with the webcam, it even says on there that it's Froyo 2.2 or higher. I'm running a custom ROM. I couldn't get it to work, so I was kind of. I mean, I don't think it's not something I probably would have to use, but I want to do everything that the app offers.
Of course.
And even the screen capture. Someone had written in the comments that they're on Verizon, which I am, and they had to use bridge mode, and I didn't enable bridge mode, and it wouldn't work. I enabled it, and boom, it started working. You could just take pictures, and another cool thing is you can change your desktop. wallpaper on the phone.
Damn.
So you can be searching. They even give you some when you put the IP address in there in the browser. It gives you some sites for wallpapers, and or you can just use a picture on your desktop, like on your computer, and you just change it. That way worked fine for me when I actually had a picture that was on my computer. When I tried doing it from a website and putting a URL in there, it would work. It would change it, but it would go back to what the custom ROM wallpaper was. So I would actually have to save the file to my computer, then do it, and it worked fine.
Wow. So this gets downloaded as an app on your computer.
Phone.
No, on your phone.
But how do
Think of
this interface that I'm looking at now on the screen? That's browser based, or I mean that's
Right.
Oh, it's all through the browser on your desktop or your laptop.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
You start the session on your phone, and it'll give you your 192 blah 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 and some numbers. You type that in your browser, and you give yourself a password. You put the password in, and you're in.
Right.
So do you keep this session running on your phone all the time, or?
I just got it yesterday, but I had it going for a while. And actually, the best part I thought of this was there's a lot of times I'll be down on my bench, I'm working on something, and I get a text message. And now here I am looking at my computer, the font's real big, and I got a text, and my eyes are just like, what the heck? Well, you can actually text on your computer. Do all your text.
Right.
You can do all your text. Access all your contacts. I'm glad I stumbled upon it. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah. The best way I can describe this to people who aren't getting it, this is your portable desktop computer in your pocket, where literally anywhere you go, you just have this connected to the same network as a computer is, and you can have a familiar experience through the browser, and it's actually the desktop is on your phone. This project's been going for a while, and I've had it installed for months and months. It is slowly, I don't want to say slowly, it is continuously getting better and better and better. If this keeps going, this will quite literally be a computer in your pocket where you could do lots of stuff. I mean, you can even edit your contacts from that web interface, and there is some kind of APK installer and backup. There's a lot of stuff you can do through this app, I will say that. And if you're on certain carriers, I want to say they said AT&T and T-Mobile, you can actually enable it and access the IP of the WAN address through the 3G network and don't even have to be connected to Wi-Fi. I think this was that app. I think maybe.
That's kind of funky, if I understand it correctly.
It means you better have a good password on it, because anybody and their mother could bang on it.
Now, if it doesn't suck up battery, this would just be a cool thing to have on all the time, because you could even, like, you could be in your browser, log into your phone, and turn on the webcam and just find out where the hell your phone is if you can't find it. You know what I mean? Like, what is the camera looking at? You know?
Yeah.
There's so many cool things you could do with this.
If you can get it working. I don't know. I mean, I tried it a few times, and I could not get the webcam working. I mean, I'm still gonna like I said, I just got it, so I'm gonna mess around. I thought that was a cool option. I'm disappointed that it didn't work, but it does say Froyo, so I'm on a custom ROM right now.
What are you on?
But, I'm on incredibly re-engineered. I'm on the Droid Incredible.
Okay.
And I have to say, I have an iPhone 3G that I've only used as like an iPod Touch. I did a job and I got it as payment basically. And you could do this on the iPhone and the iPod, but it's like you had to jump through hoops to do that. It was so difficult to do it that I did it once and I was like, I'll never do this again.
Really?
This was so easy. I'm so glad I stumbled upon this. Really cool app.
Great app. Thank you for bringing that one, Sean.
Yep.
All right, I'll talk about one of my apps. This is just neat for me, and I'll just tell you what it is. I have no fancy introduction to it or anything. It's called Leo's RC Simulator, and it's basically a remote-controlled plane. That's the sound it makes when you're flying it, and that's the sound it makes when you take off. It's a remote control. Actually, it is. It's a 3D remote-controlled airplane that you're looking at as from a third-person point of view, and your phone is the remote. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I always wanted to, like, especially when I was a kid, I just see these guys in these fields with these remote-controlled airplanes, and they have the big remote control in their hand, and there's like 20 little buttons all over the thing, and they're flying these planes around the field, these RC planes. I really liked that. I never got one, so I don't know how to fly it. But this is the closest thing I've gotten to it since then, and it's neat because you have controls. Like, you have to control the rudder. It's not even a game. It's a simulator. It's so you control the rudder and the flaps and all those little thingers on the wings. I don't even know. And the propeller speed. So you press up on the left throttle and your propeller starts cranking. It goes flying and the thing starts taking off. And then you got to pull it up real slow. And I literally stay up in the air for about 15 seconds and crash every time. But I'm getting a little bit better. And it's just neat. It's a remote control plane. The physics are all spot on. And the only thing I think could be a little better is, and there probably is a setting for this, is when it gets out of range, it just becomes a little speck on the horizon. The plane flies away from you, and it just keeps going, and you can't even see it anymore. So there needs to be a better follow camera. But I guess the idea is you're looking at it out of your eyes as if you're actually flying the thing, so you can't. If you were doing this in real life and it went that far away, that's how it would actually look in real life. So you got to keep it close to you and fly around yourself. And I suck at that. So right now I just keep flying away till it's a little dot, and then I just see it crash. But it seems like it really acts like it's real, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So that's my app.
Yeah, that sounds like a game or a thing I'd be horrible at. It looks like fun. It sounds like fun. I actually, we've got a state park not far from here that people fly those all the time, and I'd probably waste a lot of money doing it that way. But yeah, doing it on an app, that'd be great.
Yeah, it might be good to practice if you were thinking about getting one. Practice on the app because it has two. This only has two controls. There's not a lot of buttons and crap on it. There's two controls, but each control goes up, down, left, and right. And that's your left hand. You have an up, down, left, and right. And on your right hand, you have an up, down, left, and right control too. So up on your left hand it's almost as tough as, like, you know, riding a motorcycle. Every limb has to be doing something different. So you got up on your left hand is the throttle, and then down is like the flap and the tail, and then the tail rudder, and then the flaps on the wings. And I don't even know all the correct terminology, but you got to really work magic. And I think it would be gratifying to finally figure it out and keep it up in the air for a little while and do tricks with it.
Yeah.
I take it you're flying it, Door?
Why, yes, I am. Why would you think that? I'll just say, and it is true airplane controls where it's backwards. Yes. Down is up is down. Right. And man, I keep nosediving something fires.
Seriously. Now, it doesn't like burst into flames, but it does break apart like the styrofoam piece of crap that it is.
Exactly.
And you can pick a couple different models of planes and scenery and stuff. I like it.
I like this.
Cool.
Damn, Steve.
Is that one free?
Yeah, it's free.
Cool.
It's cool. Door, is your storm over? We could try video if you want.
It sounds like it's over.
All right. While we're doing the other guys, I'll mess around and try to get you up there if you want.
Okay, well.
Eric, go for it.
Okay. My next two apps are tablet apps. I thought I'd bring a little bit of that to the table. The first one is Kaspersky Tablet Security. And I don't really think I need this yet. And I did do some clowning around at some wares sites and things just to see if I could infect myself and clean myself out. It's $19.95 at I'm sorry, let me post that link. It's $19.95, but how I got it is they got a deal. If you order a license of Kaspersky, you can get this thrown in for free. You mean you order a license for your computer and you get the tablet version thrown in for free? Yep. Okay. Or you can, or I think it was for $5, you can get an Android phone version thrown in too. But yeah, I can't really say that I can't see it doing much. It scans, it doesn't find nothing, I didn't pick up anything when I was going on nefarious sites earlier, so maybe it's doing its job. Maybe Android can't get a virus yet. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get anything. No, I don't know. It's worth what I paid for it. Every bit, I guess. I don't feel it slowing down my tablet any, so that's a good thing. So you're gonna run antivirus on your tablet? You serious? Well, I got a license for 366 days. It's. I know, but if I had a license for Norton, you couldn't pay me to put it on a tablet. Oh yeah, well, good point. Right, that's true. I mean, it's cool to try and see if it finds anything, but that's what I tried to do, and I thought I knew where I could find one, but I guess I'm not as good at being bad as I thought I was.
So you really went searching for them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wanted to, because I was going to give us a live demonstration of me catching the virus and it catching it. It didn't happen.
That probably would not have been podnutz safe, but.
Good point.
Go ahead, Dor. What were you going to say?
Well, the only thing I don't get is Kaspersky tablet security, 1995. In the Android market, Kaspersky mobile security, $9.95. Maybe that's not an antivirus.
I don't know what the difference is. I
Says
didn't
it has
try. I didn't try the
protection.
mobile one.
Huh.
I can't believe you're doing that, Eric. I mean, as an experiment, that's cool. But you're not, are you going to keep it on there? Are you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll probably keep it on there until I notice it's slowing me down or it gets in my way in some way.
I guess so.
I still want to see it catch something,
Yeah, right. I guess if it doesn't catch, I mean, it's a good experiment, but this is the kind of thing that you buy tablets because and run Linux because you can't get that kind of stuff. So.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm protected from. Honestly. It's like, I don't know. I got some good analogies I could say. They're not podnutz safe though.
NSFP, as Liam says. Well, that's cool. Anybody have anything else on antivirus for your tablet?
Well,
I would just.
I do install antivirus, but I disable it, every part of it, and then like once a month I enable it and run it. Surprised it didn't find anything, and redisable it
On your phone?
on my phone, just to see maybe might find something.
I
would love it for it to find something. I'd be happy that it found something. I'd feel like I didn't waste my time.
That's the way I felt. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I just assumed that you're not going to get a virus. What were you going to say, Sean?
I was just under the assumption that you actually have a better chance of getting infected on a Mac than Android. I thought.
You do, actually.
Yeah.
Burn. Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
Sorry, Mac boys.
Does that go for OS X and like the iPad operating system also?
I don't know if it goes for the iPad operating system. iOS, is it?
That'd be interesting
Right
to see
now-
which one gets a virus first, Android or iPad.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, malware's been on Android. Exploits and hacks have been on iOS. Viruses, I don't think either one yet that I can think of. I think some people have called them viruses on Android, but I don't think they're actually viruses. I think they're more Trojans, malware kind of thing.
Very interesting. That's cool. I was unexpected, though, Eric, for me anyway.
I didn't go out looking for it, but when I had it thrown in my lap, so I had to try it.
Yeah, I guess you got to try it. Got to try it.
You're making them feel all defensive now.
I know.
Like you
I'm
did something
sorry.
wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm almost offended by running antivirus on an Android tablet.
Hey, if it feels better, I don't have any antivirus on my computer. How's that sound?
Good. Oh, much better. Much better. All right, Sean, what do you got?
Okay, my next app is it's Cozy Family Organizer. It's $6. Actually, if you-
COZY?
Yeah, or COZI. Sorry.
Okay.
In the market, I think it's free, but it was one of those things I got last month for free on Amazon, and they said it was $5.99. So
Where have
I
I
don't know.
seen this? Something came packaged with this. I've seen this before.
But it's a pretty cool app because you have to have a family member like your wife that'll participate, which mine doesn't really. But if she did, this would be really cool because I can't tell you how many times, I don't know, we need shampoo or something, or okay, write it on a piece of paper, and then she goes to the store and that piece of paper is on the table. So with this app, you can do shopping lists, calendars, to-do lists, like a journal entry if you want to do that. I don't know, but it's cool because you kind of I have it on my phone and my wife's phone, so they're synced together. And so I make a list for one of the stores, and I put down something and I hit save, and when she opens it, it's all there, and then she can add something, hit save, and you both see the difference.
Yeah, that's a really neat app. Now, when you say she doesn't participate, she doesn't add anything, or she doesn't even read what you put?
There you go. which this will all lead to something on my next round.
Okay.
But and the calendar, that's kind of cool. I couldn't figure out if there's a way around it to go to sync with Google Calendar. It's pretty much like it's an app calendar. But even still, I mean, I could, she could see, all right, I'm having an appointment to do whatever, and then she can see it, so I don't make plans, or vice versa. So it actually it's kind of a cool app. So you can keep in contact with the other person, so they know if they take it and they look at it, it'll come in handy.
Right.
Even the to do actually you can it doesn't that I know of have like a notification, which I wish it did, and or if it does and someone can tell me, that'd be cool. So if I do change it, it would be cool if the other person got a notification.
Oh yeah, notification would be huge on this thing.
Yeah, so you kind of have to look at it, but you can send it as an email, which I did do that, and I told her you got to put the flea medicine on the cat and dog today, and which then I got a text back, you don't talk to me all day until you want to tell me what to do. So, I guess you got to be careful on how you use it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's hilarious.
But she's been saying that she's going to do it for like 3 weeks now. So
you don't have to tell us. We know. That is amazing, man.
So yes, it's a very, very cool app.
Well, can you use it like it's family? So it's not just your wife, but like, what about like your kids and stuff? Do you use it with any of them?
Yeah, if they were as lucky enough for me to get them a smartphone, but yeah, you could. You can add multiple people on there.
Neat. All right, discussion about Cozy.
I say I like the feature set, but for my immediate family members, I think the interfaces are too busy. My wife needs straight lines to results, but I will say visually this is the most pleasing shareable task calendar thing I've ever seen, because the other ones I've only seen like one or two or three. They look like like
crap
Android cupcake, like 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah, this does look really nice. It's very cool. And I've seen this came packaged with a laptop I bought or something. I cannot remember where I saw this, but I've seen this service before, so I know it's pretty big.
Well, and it is a web service, so hypothetically your kids could access it via the web service.
Right. I think it did come with a laptop. Good one. I like it, Sean. Good luck getting your family to use it.
Yeah.
All right. Eric, do you have anything on this one or no?
Yeah, I downloaded it also during the free time at Amazon. I looked at it. I'm like, I'm in the same boat. I'm not going to have any participation from others into that. It was a good idea for the right person, right people.
Maybe bribery, money might help.
It always works.
All right, Dor, what do you got?
Okay, real quick. That app is great for lots of people. For the level of comprehensibility for my better half, no, doesn't work.
Dor,
yes, sir.
Were you just looking over your shoulder to make sure that nobody was going to hear you?
Too.
Maybe.
I love when he does that.
Maybe, just maybe. Okay. Now I'm not gonna lie. I haven't installed this on her phone yet, but I'm installing it on her phone maybe tomorrow. It's called Honeydew Shared To-Do List, which I'll say if name is going to count for anything, then this should help her more easily understand the exact point of this list, which is if you don't document it, I ain't doing it because I'm forgetting it. I don't care what it is. I'm forgetting it. Call up a doctor for a kid's appointment. Oh, yeah, sure. 2 weeks later, did you call up the doctor? What doctor?
So it's like Cozy, kind of.
It is exactly like Cozy. The only difference I know of is it looks like crap, number one. And number two, you can use it on Android and BlackBerry right now with iPhone and web clients coming soon kind of thing. So technically, if your kid has an iPod Touch, they could be using it soon. Or if your wife, God forbid, has a Crackberry or something, they could use that app to access it, and they don't have to, be on Android. My wife requires directness, I'll say. I don't want to say simplicity. I'll say directness. And this is quite direct.
It's directer than cozy. I know that's not a word.
Sure.
It's more direct than cozy. Okay.
Well,
does she use it? Does she actually use it?
I didn't install on her phone yet, so I'll report back. But I'll say the thing I liked about Cozy was the possibility of a journal, especially if I could get the data out, like data liberation, Google Plus, that kind of thing. Because I could see us being on a vacation and we both using the journaling feature to take pictures of the kids at different time, and the pictures are instantly accessible by each other.
Right, that's pretty cool.
I know, but I think she'll say it's too complicated because she says everything's too complicated.
So good luck with this one.
Thank you. I'm going to need it.
Sean, Eric, anything on this one?
I would have to say my family would not participate. We got this tablet. They use it to read books. That's about it.
Really?
I can't. Yeah, they're not nearly as geeky as me or us or me.
So
they don't want no part of it. They'll write stuff on paper, and that's
paper. I hate when people do that. So your Transformers like the family tablet?
It was until I bricked it. That slowed it down a little bit on being the family tablet for a few days.
All right. Well, you're next. We got to hear about that. But Shaw, do you have anything on the Honeydew or no?
No. I want to hear about the bricking.
All right. You want to talk about it now, Eric?
Oh, sure. Okay. So
what happened?
I went to Romit. And it was right. Well, I was going to leave it alone. I've really loved this thing.
Right.
At first I was kind of lukewarm on it. I wasn't wanting to be a fanboy because I didn't think it was all that.
Right.
But I started using it more, and I started liking it. And then one day I got an update. I'm like, oh, cool, 3.2. Something.
Mm-hmm.
All it did was make everything slow. I don't know what they updated or why they updated it. Or who updated it. I don't know if it had an Android and gears and stuff going for like 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden it's not smooth scrolling.
Oh, that's so wrong.
I don't know what happened. It was still, I looked to see the settings and it was still 3.1. So I don't know what happened. So I'm like, you know what, that's it. I'm ramen, root and rom. I'm going to try some stuff. If they're going to mess it up, I can mess it up myself. Right. So I went on a YouTube video. And I think what happened is this YouTube video was made prior to this little update that they did.
Oh, man.
Which something happened and everything went perfect. I mean, I had the black screen. I had update, all good. Okay. Just like it's supposed to be.
Right.
And then all that's left is reboot, which it went to a Asus Transformer screen, and that was it for hours. And though I would use my power and volume up button, I couldn't really even get it to turn off. The screen was on, so I kept it plugged in because I didn't want the battery to go dead too on top of it and not be able to recover or something. But
so you just had it stuck in a condition with the screen on, and you had nothing you could do, and so you kept it plugged in, and until what?
Until I found a couple other websites where it was how to unbrick your thing, which didn't quite work. I tried those like 2 or 3 times, and it looked like it was going to work again, and it did the same thing. But then the last part was asking me, there was a really nice automatic one, and I think it was at EEE. Oh man, I wish I knew this name. But it made an automatic one, and this guy had built a program for it. But then on the last part, it was a recovery, and I had to deny that. Don't do the recovery, because I think what it was doing, it was recovering a messed up ROM.
Right.
And when I didn't recover, it came back, and I was like, huh. It only took me a couple days to, mess with it. But this is what happens when you're trying to do something like this.
Right.
During Google huddles, I needed to focus, and I was doing too many things at once.
Yes.
I probably missed a step.
Yes.
Probably my fault. I'm blaming that update.
Well, that really sucks that they sent that update down. But what's the state of your device now?
The state of my device is pretty much stock. I don't have Super User on it, but I haven't tried installing Super User on it. I don't know if I'm there. I don't know.
So you're partially rooted.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Door, you're
Isn't
in.
it-
Yeah.
But
No,
well, I'm just saying that, but I fixed it yesterday, and I wanted to have it for tonight, so I haven't done anything. I didn't want to have it like dead again.
But it runs smooth now. It's not updated with that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it runs smooth, and I don't know if it has that update or not. I'm not sure.
Cool. Well, at least it runs smooth.
What were you saying, Dor? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, when you're rooted, never take an update. Never, ever, 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 ever take an update, because I've never heard it go good. Maybe I don't hear it go good because nobody says, wow, I just got an update and everything worked great. But I have seen plenty of people say, I got an update. What the hell just happened? This ain't working right anymore.
But he didn't. You weren't rooted when he got that original update, right?
No, I wasn't. No.
But from
That
now,
was what-
but now you shouldn't get updates.
Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't. But I did hear when searching around. Now they say 3.2 is coming for the Transformer soon. So
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll find out then what I do. We'll see.
Can't you run like root checker, and it should say if you have like super user or no? Doesn't that tell you if you have full root?
I don't know. Dor, what do you think on that? I haven't went anywhere since I recovered it.
Root
Yeah.
checker? It's just an app you download or something?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's called root checker. Let me see.
Yeah. The other thing, if you just want to check real quick, is you go into the system apps folder. 90% sure it's system apps. Probably. Just try to rename a file. And if you can rename a file, then you know you have full root.
Oh, okay. You can rename your app's names then.
If you have full root, because there's actually 3 different levels of root. 2 of them you're not really full root, but yeah, it looks like root checker is a very simple click bang. Do I got it? Huh? Yeah.
Hey, did I skip me?
Well, and you skipped me twice, but that's okay.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, whose turn is it? I'm just really confused.
It went me, Eric, Sean, you, Eric, Sean, me. Then yes, you did skip yourself too.
Okay, well, let me go back. So it's me? Is that who you're pointing to, Sean?
Yeah, but it's all backwards.
It actually worked. I have a app. None of my apps are really will help with productivity or anything like that. My apps today are pretty I don't know. Idle is the best word. This one is called Illusions Pro, and it's just a list of about 100 optical illusions. Who doesn't like optical illusions, I ask you? And a lot of them are like the real standard ones you've probably seen 100 times, but there's some I've never seen on this. Like, for example, if you download it, there's one called the Black Dot. It's the second one in the list. It's this black dot on a white background with a gray hue around it, like a gray haze. And the instructions say, try staring at the dot in the center of this image. After a time, the gray area around the dot will seem to shrink and disappear. And it does. When you look at this dot, the gray just gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it's totally gone. And it's just a white background and a black dot. I love that kind of stuff. I think that's fun. So this is something, once you get through 100 of them, you just delete the app. But while you're going through the list, there's some pretty cool ones in here. There's one called Rick Roll, which I haven't gotten.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't do yet. Floating circle. The circle in the middle of this picture looks as though it's floating above the background. It looks like the blurring on the pattern of the circle creates the illusion that it is closer to your eyes than the background. I love this stuff because it just it seems to defy like all physics. I love it.
All right.
So check it out.
Is this the one by Susasolfx?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got it off AppBrain, and I didn't see what the name was in the market. There's probably a bunch of them, isn't there?
Couple.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a cool app. I like those things.
Yeah, optical illusions are neat.
It's like you got to kind of cross your eyes just a little bit to get them to work sometimes. At least I do.
Yeah, what are those pictures called where there's a hidden picture in the picture? Did you ever watch Mallrats? Did you ever see the movie
Yeah.
Mallrats? That was awesome.
And he's staring at it the whole movie.
He stares at it the whole movie, and everybody else in the movie can see the picture except this guy. He even like screamed to some little kids because they see it, and he tells them like there's no such thing as the Easter Bunny or something like that. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I have to watch that movie again. Haven't watched that in a while. Anyway, that's my app. And now, whose turn is it? Eric.
Okay, we can go to me. I just tried advanced root check. Root access is not properly configured or was not granted. I don't know. This says binary location, no such location.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it Sean's turn? Did I skip Sean?
Actually, I think it's door, isn't it?
Doors? I'd say door.
I totally lost track.
I think it's door.
I'm just going with the flow, man.
Go ahead, Door. I'll let sorry, Eric.
No, that's all right. I just wanted to give a report on the root check, so I guess I could probably update to 3.2 when it comes.
Good luck with that. Go ahead, Door.
Okay, this next app I heard about on another podcast. I'm not going to say the name to the podcast because I only want to advertise, quote unquote, the cream of the crop kind of thing. And I don't think this is a cream of the crop podcast. If you want cream of the crop, go check out Android Buffet. This app is called HeyZap, HeyZap. The best way I can explain this is a social thing. It's like Foursquare, but for games. There's basically like a inner scepter that gets installed that whenever something that's recognized as being a game, a little screen will pop up and ask you if you want to check in right as it's loading. If you hit that, you can put in a little bit of a note or just click check in. I just launch and hit check in. And what it does is you can then follow other people that are playing the same game as you and ask them questions about the game or vice versa. Or you can just ignore them the whole time. Or you can actually discover what games are hot right now on this network.
Wow,
so
this is freaking cool. Social networking for games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just thought it was cool because, I've been playing Legend of Yore now for a couple months. I don't know if it's still popular. So I logged in. I played a Monster Ate My Homework first, and there was 80 people playing right now. Wow. And then I launched Legend of Yore.
Let me guess. Oh, you already said it.
It was 60 something.
Okay. I was going to guess like 1,200 or something.
No, Monster Ate My Homework. That game's pretty fun. I was gonna say, Eric, kind of.
I like that one too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you download Pretty Pet Salon like the screenshot here? Where you
Absolutely not.
You should get it. It looks really good.
Oh, okay. But I'll say I like it because it is just intrusive enough to be automatic and painless, but at the same time, you can just hit the X when the thing pops up and not even sign in and just play your game. So I think it's cool. If you want to discover new games and you don't want to go searching, you can just launch this app up and see what's hot right now, kind of thing. For people on the network, of course, if they're not on the network, they're not. And I'm not getting Pretty Pet Salon.
It looks good. You get to dress up your pets and change their hair. All right. Anything else on this one, Door?
No, it's just one of those things. It's cool. And if you guys have games we should know about, send us a mail.
I like this. Any comment on this one, Sean or Eric?
Leaf in the chat room is saying it's kind of like Game Center.
Oh, Game Center is another one?
Well, that's like Apple, I believe.
Oh, well, we don't talk about that here.
Sorry.
All right, now whose turn is it? I'm going to let you guys. I have no clue. I lost track, so you tell me. Whose turn is it?
That would be Eric.
Okay, Eric, your turn.
Oh, okay. All right. My next one is, let me get the link up here again. It is Dolphin for Pad version 1.0 beta.
Oh.
And this just came out. I got Dolphin for the phone when I first got my phone, and I kind of let it go away. And I just stopped using it for whatever reason. This one, though, has a lot of features for a browser on here. It's got gesture based. So you just make a G on your tablet and you go to Google. Make an F on your tablet just anywhere, and it goes to Facebook.
Really?
It's got and they got it's got like 50 add-ons that you can add, different programs. You can open up a bunch of tabs at the top. It looks just like a real browser, like Chrome basically at the top with your tabs. It's got regular zoom and stuff, but it's got the sidebars on both sides. One's a bookmark on one side, and the other one's like a recent history kind of thing. It's got a smart address bar where you're typing in. It does predictive text into your address bar, so you can go a little quicker. Bookmarks folder, user agent. I like it. It's so far, and it's snappy. I think it's a lot snappier than the stock browser on this tablet.
Does the stock browser have tabs?
Yeah.
Well, it has different windows, but you can't see tabs.
Oh, yeah, I hate those windows.
Here's the stock browser, and it has. If you can go up here,
you got to hold it higher.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
That's my shirt. Okay, but there's a tabs right there. You can add a tab.
Yeah.
It's just slower though. I mean,
really? That's cool. Dolphin has come a long way, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah. I'm glad they stuck with it. It's really nice, and you can go full screen with it if you want to. It's got a button for that. It gets rid of all the tabs at the top, and you can just, that's kind of cool too.
It's pretty cool. I like it. Awesome. All right.
Well, yeah, I would say I love they have a metric ton of add-ons. The couple I really abuse are full screen add-on, which just you slide to one side, hit the 4 arrows, bang, full screen, or to PDF, where it will dynamically, you take the page, you slide over, hit the PDF, and it will save that web page as a PDF for you. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that happened, and I could not recreate it, was really cool. I was switching from one tab to another, and it made a really neat effect where it kind of zoomed out and zoomed back in. Kind of reminded me of the old Linux swirling desktops kind of effect. But I couldn't get it to do it again. I don't know what gesture I made to do it, and I looked it up in the instructions. I could not find it.
That sucks.
Yeah. So if somebody knows, I'd like to try that again.
Very cool. Yeah, help Eric out. All right, over to Sean now. Is that correct? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're back in the rotation now.
This app is it's probably not for everybody, but Dor and I had a little conversation on Google Plus the other day, and it kind of brought up an idea of a new show maybe for podnutz. So, but this app it's called iTrack MMA, which for anybody who doesn't know, it's mixed martial arts, UFC fights, stuff like that. So this basically will tell you when, the schedule of events coming up, what fights are coming up, and then it'll actually tell the matchups, the main event, the main card, the undercard. It'll show the fighters matched up, and even it gives, I believe, like over-unders if you're a betting man. So I don't know. It's just a cool little app. I didn't even think about it till the other day. I brought this one up. I know Dor's an MMA fan too, so if there's any other geeky MMA fans out there, it's a buck, and there's free ones out there, but they kind of suck. This one's actually really a really good app. I like this a lot.
This is from Justin Hopper. iTrack MMA. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't follow it. I don't follow. I do watch every once in a while. I like watching just people get knocked out, but I don't follow it like maybe some of you guys do.
I wonder if it's an Android thing, but I don't do hardly any advertising, but I always sponsor the MMA events that come around. I know the promoter here, who's the trainer for these guys, I play volleyball with him, and I always got on his posters and stuff whenever they bring it to town again.
Really?
Yeah. I actually got a poster right up there behind me from their last one.
For the MMA fights?
Yeah. It's a little silicon wrench down in the corner of the thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it's not a great barn burning app, but if you're into it.
Yeah. Now, like I'm just looking at this now. as an MMA fan, what do you look for in an app?
George St. Pierre. No, wait.
Who's George St. Pierre? He's awesome or something?
GSP.
Yeah, pound for pound, arguably best UFC fighter ever.
Possibly.
Really?
Yeah, arguably. That's why I said, he's phenomenal.
He needs to fight Silva. We got to make that fight happen. That will really happen.
My goodness. I don't want to see that fight. I'm afraid.
Oh.
When does this come on? Like once a week, or is it just whenever?
It's usually 1 or 2 fights on pay-per-view a month.
Really?
Or they'll have like free fight nights on Versus.
Cool.
Right. So, I mean, this thing goes up. I mean, I think it goes up to like October or something. So if you want to know who's fighting who, or, you can check it out.
This is cool. I respect these guys greatly. I really do. They're pretty freaking incredible.
Oh, it's work.
What was the one? Didn't one guy run up the side of the ring and just jump off and kick somebody in the head?
Yeah, Anthony Pettis, I believe it was.
That was
Pettis,
recently,
yes.
right?
It was, I think it was the last WEC fight, which was now WC and UFC are merged together.
Right.
That was
January.
It's freaking incredible stuff.
Yeah, I'm such a noob. You can tell.
Well, to be honest, there are more than a couple guys. I don't even know their names. I just know their face and like, hey, pretty good, But I'll say the things I really appreciate about this versus the other ones, because I've used the other ones. I didn't know this one existed. Thank you, Sean. It does have the over/under, which just me as a noob, then noober says, he's better, or they think he's better, kind of thing.
Right.
But I also love the fact the future events, like he said, the news articles go into silly detail. So I could literally be getting ready to go to my buddy Dwayne Gill, former WWE guy's house to watch UFC. I can go up there, go to the house, say, well, yeah, this is a good fight, but don't you remember back in 2007? When he,
Yeah.
So I can appear like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like
Right,
you come out of the bathroom after sitting in there reading all your phone with
Exactly.
all this new information.
Right.
All right, I'm pretty much out of apps. I have one. It's a pretty bad game. It's not terrible. It's a pretty bad game called Wrecking Ballers. Wrecking Baller. I played it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, no thanks, but it might be worth checking out. Some of you guys might like it. But let's roll around, empty your tank now, get out the last of the apps, and we got emails and voicemails to play. Door.
Okay. There's going to be links in the Google Plus show notes, I do kind of thing, and in the podnutz.com/forums, Android App Addicts show picks link. But there's like 2 I got to talk about real quick. One is 11 server apps for Android. It actually goes to a serverwatch.com site, which servers, it's a busy site. Everything from monitors for the server itself remotely, so you can know about your server way back, across the country. How is the CPU? How is the RAM looking? You can do one for a PC as well. You can monitor a PC from afar for its health, disk activity, CPU usage, disk free space. Active Directory Manager. You can manage Active Directory from afar on your Android. ConnectBot can do SSH connections remotely over the internet. HTTP Mon will let you check the status of an HTTP web server. Doesn't matter what kind. Server Monitor can remotely watch a lot of administration type attacks on a server. And Apache can just monitor a Apache web server from afar. MySQL, you can check and do some tweaks on a SQL database from afar and do a repair on one for afar. There's another one called SQL Note. It's kind of like testing an SQL database from your phone. That chock full of apps. I'll list each one independently.
What is this list you're reading from? The 11 apps. That's what you said. 11 apps. What site is it on?
Serverwatch.com.
That's right. Cool.
Right. So if you are a server admin at all or aspiring to, good apps to have. Next 2 super quick. Ubuntu One, Dropbox-like service, only it's secure. Literally today, they updated they upgraded everybody's accounts. It used to be 2 gigabytes for free. Now it's 5 gigabytes for free.
Sweet.
Nice.
They have mobile apps on Android to where you can stream your music from the internet to your Android device, or just manage your files. So it's like a Dropbox-esque service, and it's like a, I don't know, media streaming service. So there's 2 apps, both of them completely free. Last one I got to mention really quick. It's Days Left widget. No, this is not a countdown to the zombie apocalypse. For me, it's a countdown to Ohio Linux Fest. How many days I have to go until my gullet will be filled with alcoholic beverages and other good amenities out there, and I have 45 days left.
That's cool. That's why you want to go out there to drink, right?
Drink and just be with some Linux guys, talk about Linux. I'm going to possibly give away some hardware while I'm there and receive some hardware while I'm there.
That sounds interesting. That's awesome.
Good times.
Hey, turn on your webcam or your camera some of these days when you're not now. When you're at your Linux Fest, take some footage. We'll play it on the show or something. We'll play it on Linux for the rest of us.
Very cool. Well, yeah, I do want to try to get 1 or 2 interviews with people who I like with my Nokia N810.
Cool.
See if you can get the remote, whatever that was, the app.
You want
the remote web desktop.
Right.
They had the camcorder in it, or the webcam.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and I really quick tried off and on for weeks to try to figure out a way I could stream my video directly from my phone to Knucklehead Tech 3/4 away across the U.S. so he could watch UFC pay-per-views live with the assistance of me, because I didn't want to do it through Quix or any other service where technically they could see what I'm doing and shake their finger at me and maybe ban my account.
Good point. And did you figure it out?
No, but this might work now.
Yeah, it might. All right, thanks, Dor. Eric, what do you got? Anything left?
My last one is just the opposite of Sean's. This is called Splashtop Remote Desktop, where you can control your Windows desktop. It's basically like a, like you log me in or something, but you can control your desktop on your tablet or phone. Video, you can play video at 30 frames per second, full control over everything. The only problem I had with it was scrolling up and down on the side of a web page, and I don't know if that's fixed now or not. I haven't used it for a couple weeks, but what's nice is I have my media playing on my desktop, but I'm outside. I can use my tablet to change the song while I'm out there, because I play everything through an FM transmitter out to the shed. You know, I got a stereo out there in the shed. Got to have that. But
It's
nice.
a what? It's an FM transmitter?
Yeah, I got an FM transmitter in the house, and at 99.7, my whole neighborhood gets my little pirate station that I control.
Do people, your neighbors, listen to it?
Actually, it's kind of a popular station, so they're probably pissed. Because they drive by and the real station cuts out, and then Podnutz is playing until they get past my house and go farther.
Oh, you mean the actual number is a popular station? You can't pick a different frequency?
No.
Wow.
I don't want to mess it up because I know it works really good on that station.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh well.
Cool.
It's only for a block.
So what is this? Like $5 app? Works good?
It works really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it works nice.
Man, 30 friggin' frames a second, that's saying something.
It beats $30 for Log Me In or however much it costs.
And Log Me In didn't have no 30 frames a second. Trust me, I got it.
Awesome, man. All right, thanks, Eric.
Yep.
Sean, you got anything left?
Actually, no, I had a question, but Eric just answered it, because I was going to ask Dor if he knew anything about this, that I could stream video or something from my computer. So I'm going to definitely check this out.
There you go. Splash
Good
Top.
app, Eric. Sweet.
All right, let's read some emails here. What do you say?
Okay, just one stupid quick news thing, because it is completely pointless. It's at toptechnews.com. If you have $6,700 burning a hole in your pocket and you cannot find a use for it, there is a company offering you an Android phone that costs $6,700 friggin' dollars.
Really?
And of course, if you were to get the money and then you would actually play with it, you would be extremely dissatisfied because phones like the Atrix are out that are more powerful than it.
I see. Thank
Does
you.
it have diamonds?
I think it does have actual gold trim on the one side, and it's truly rugged, I believe, to where you can literally like bounce it off the concrete and nothing will break.
Let me take a look at it. $6,700. Luxury Android smartphone. They need more pictures of it.
Well, my guess is they couldn't afford to get one.
Tag
So they're going off
Heuer.
with somebody else's pictures. Yeah, whoever they are, I don't know.
I don't even like the way it looks.
Neither do I. But if you have too much money, I'll help you get rid of it.
All right. This is from Ben. Ben says, just a quick comment on why Tim's Droid X2 is beating out Cody's 3D Optimus. Should I not read this one, Dor? Why don't we read this? Why don't we read this while Timster's on? Should I do that?
Mm-hmm.
You think? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a yes. All right. This is a voicemail from a person. That doesn't say their names. So let me turn on the audio here, and here we go.
I got one question. Hey guys, I just got one question. Screen capture. Can you guys tell me how to capture a screen? I did it on my BlackBerry, and if RIM can do it, I know Android can do it. Thank you. Bye.
Good question. He just wants to do a simple screen capture. His BlackBerry can do it. Android must be able to do it. What tool should he use? Because I don't know.
I do it accidentally all the time on my Galaxy S, and I still can't figure out what it is that does it. Half of my pictures in this phone are of my screen, and it's people's phone numbers. And it's like, oh, do you want to put this up on Google Plus? This new picture you just took? No, it's somebody's phone number. But I don't know how I do it. It's there though.
I love that. Do you want to put that on Google Plus? No, it's my credit card. Jeez. No, I don't know of an app either. What do you guys think?
I believe two.
Okay.
One is Shoot Me, one is Pick Me, PICME. One of them does screen casting to an IP address and can take snapshots. Shoot Me, I believe, can just do snapshots.
Very good. Thanks, Dor.
To where you start the app, load the app, go do what you want to do, shake the phone, and it takes a picture. Both require root. The certain models, certain devices do have the innate ability to take snapshots without, or screenshots without being root, but it's a mystery on how to make it do it, I guess.
Okay. Sean, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I use Shoot Me, and it works. It works pretty good. I like it.
All right. Well, there you go. Thank you both.
And if I find out how mine does it, I'll let you know.
Well, and I remember we went through this a couple weeks ago. I looked for 3 days, and I couldn't find anybody with a definitive answer. Here's how you do it.
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah, because I found like 8 people saying 8 different things.
Who makes that? Who makes your phone, Eric? Samsung?
Yeah, Samsung. Yep.
I wonder if Samsung even knows.
I don't know if it's a part of something else. You know, like you get a bundled package app that does a bunch of things.
I got you.
And that might be one of the things. And there's a keyboard or some sort of shortcut that I'm hitting when I'm trying to turn on my flashlight, maybe. I don't.
Hope you figure it out. Next one's from Zach. Hey, podnutz. First, I listen/watch all of your podcasts. They're great. I mainly listen to Android App Addicts. I really hate listening to the podcast from my iPod. I like my Android. Do you think you can make a podnutz app in the Android market with all the podcasts? I would rather listen to it in audio just because I work. So do you think you can make it? I really need it. Or do you have any suggestions on a he didn't put exclamation marks there, but he did say that. Or do you have any suggestions on a free app that I can download all my podcasts from Android? Well, you could use Dogcatcher. Can he? And just, well, yeah, you can just download the feeds, the podnutz feeds from Dogcatcher. But we don't have just a regular stock podnutz app yet for Android. I know, I can't believe it myself, but we don't.
Well, and I will say, if you go to Dogcatcher ad feed recommended feeds, I believe, where you can do a search and you just put in Android, we are like the 4th or 5th one down.
Oh, good.
And
also,
I gotta say, we're
ahead.
even higher than the crappy Twitch show.
Good.
You mean that crappy Twit ripoff AAA show? That
Yeah,
one?
well, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, they're triple F. Fail, fail, fail. No talent, no charisma.
Some people don't know this, but there is a Podnutz feed at feeds.feedburner.com/all Podnutz shows. That's the feed, and that's all the shows in one feed. So you just if you watch or listen to all the shows, just use that feed. It'll go right into whatever podcatcher you use. I don't use a podcatcher personally, but you guys seem to like Dogcatcher, right? Is there any other suggestions for that?
They're all so close.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Zach, we're working on it. It's in the works. So
yeah.
Well, no, it's not in the works. It's on the list. That's what I meant to say. It's on the list.
And here's the plus with that feed, Steve. If tomorrow we have the Podnutz food show, you don't have to go looking for it. You got it.
Yes, exactly. And how did you know what my next podcast was going to be? That's the one I've been working on, Podnutz Food.
I gave Steve the cheesesteak, and he told me.
No, this is not true, guys. Don't worry. We're not going to be like Rachel Ray and Friends here. All right.
I like Pocket Caster myself too. I don't know if it's either free or an Amazon free one time, but that's the only one I've been using since I got it.
Pocket Caster? Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks, sir.
It gets Podnutz just fine.
Awesome. Next one is from Daniel. Great shows, and the benchmark wars were especially interesting between the Droid X2 and the Asus EE Transformer and the Evo 3D. He says, I have one and he loves it. That one we will also read when Timster's on. I'm not going to read the end of it. Next one is from Nick. I've never really been into listening to podcasts, but I started listening to your Android App Addicts just a couple days ago, and now I'm addicted to it. I've slowly been listening to the past podcast, but it will take me some time to catch up. Anyway, since I haven't listened to all your episodes yet, I'm not sure if you have mentioned this app yet, but it's an awesome app. Mileage is a great gas mileage app that I've been using for the better part of 2 years. Probably one of my most used apps because I have multiple vehicles and I just like being able to track my mileage. I just figured you guys might like to check it out. Another good app is the mint.com app. Anyway, I just figured I would tell you guys that the show is awesome. He's at appbrain.com/user/MC Kellip, KELLIP. That's Nick's App Brain if you guys want to check him out. Some of these apps I'm trying from listening to your show. So he's got App Brain apps that he uses from listening to the show. Mileage seems like a good thing. And you guys use that one?
I didn't know this one existed.
Yeah, I don't use it, but Nick sounds like an awesome listener. I just want to say. Yeah,
I agree. Thank you, Nick. Mint too. I mean, I haven't.
Well,
it's been good. I just never used it.
I'm no good with money, so I don't use it.
Yeah, money scares me to look at I hate looking at the amount in my bank account. I always feel like I'm going to be scared. I just never look at it. But for those of you more brave, go look at Mint or go check out mint.com. Thanks, Nick. This one is from Jeff. Wait, let me see. I want to make sure this is another one we can't read from Tim. While there was a lot of ribbing, I really appreciate Timster pointing out the many unique games for the Tegra 2. I'm on my 4th Android device now. I have the ViewSonic G tablet. It's a 10-inch tablet running Cyanogen Mod 7. Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Including Netflix, and it has the Tegra 2. Steve C. convinced me to get an Android tablet a long time ago when we discussed the Galaxy versus the iPad. I chose the G tablet because it had the dual-core processor. Good, Jeff. I also have a Droid Charge as my phone. I went with 4G over the Droid X2, but it was a difficult choice. Given Sprint's pokey network around me, I moved from the Evo to the Charge in May, just in time before the Verizon plans change. Again, thank you for the Tegra 2-based games and apps. That's Jeff, who is Black Hammer in the forums. Hey, thanks a lot, Jeff.
I got to say, Jeff, that was the tablet I was going to get too. I was going to get the G tablet, and before I got the Transformer, I just I don't know. I liked the idea that this had gingerbread already on it, Or I mean, I'm sorry, Honeycomb already on it, and you've got Netflix and I don't. So there you go.
Guess they're all going to have their plus points, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Let's see here. How much time we got? Let's just play a voicemail here. It's from Jose. He's going to be on next show, so I might as well play his voicemail now. If anybody else sent us stuff, we're going to play it. We're going to read it, play it or read it on next week's show. But this is from Jose.
Hey, Steve. This is Jose from ComputerDoctor.com. Hey, I just wanted to know, I didn't know which podcast you want to use this on, but I just found out that the Google Music Manager, that we use on Windows to upload all your music and use it through your Android phone through that cloud streaming thing, they just released the manager for Linux, so for all those people that are into Linux and want to use it, now they have a way to manage that, the uploading of the files and all that. And also, of course, if you're using Android and Linux, then of course it's double good. So just wanted to let you guys know, and I guess you can use it wherever you feel fit. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Jose. Yeah, I'm going to read that on Linux for the rest of us as well. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So the Google service is on Linux now.
I don't have a Google Music account, so
I didn't set mine up either. Do you guys use it?
I would like to try it.
I use Google Music.
You do?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah? Is that like what you use, the music service of choice?
I use Pandora too, but as everyone knows, you don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
And, I do like Pandora, but no, I like Google Music.
How long did it take to upload all your stuff?
All right, I'm going to take Timster's spot this week, okay? I have files. So it didn't. No, I'm just kidding. It did. Yeah, I do have files, so it's pretty quick. It didn't take long at all.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, once it's there, it's there.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I told you I'm gonna take bragging rights this week since he's not here.
Definitely. Now, when you're both on, it's going to be a war who brags the most.
Right, and I'll just say, if anyone out there has Google Music, go to Google for this exercise. Site:google.com or site:lifehacker.com. Invite Google Music, and then if you have to, go down to more search criteria and say within the last 24 hours of today's date. There is a way you can send out invites. I would like to have an invite, please.
Gosh.
I'll get on that, Door.
Oh,
it's the least I could do for you, all the stuff you've done for me. So I saw that actually today. So I'm gonna do that.
I just want to bang on it, kick the wheels.
Yes, you're good at that, Door. Mm-hmm. And that's nice of you, Sean, for doing that for Door.
I don't use Google Music or Amazon. They got kind of the same upload all your stuff. I wish there was one, though, that would go through and scan your hard drive and only upload the non-nefarious music. I don't know how, but maybe there was something that got on my hard drive that's not, perfectly. I don't know. It's just something might be quite wrong with the music file. That who knows where it came from, So it would separate them, and then I could listen to all my legit music. And if it was not able to be listened to, and I would possibly get in trouble for having it, it would ignore all that. It would have something like that.
Why? Why do these other services, do they stop you when it finds something nefarious?
See, I wish it did, because I'm just afraid that I'm going to upload everything, and there might be something nefarious, and I'll get in trouble for it later after they scan what I've uploaded.
Not really. I mean, no. Even with all the court cases, the only time they get people is when it isn't downloading, or when they have illegal content. They could care less.
Sharing.
It's when you share it out is when they go ballistic.
Yeah, but they could still use this too if they wanted to try a different tactic. They could.
That's my fear.
They could.
He would be number 589 trillion on the list of offenders.
Yeah, well, who's number one? What if he was number one? The list has to start somewhere.
I have 29 days worth of acquired audio content.
9 days.
Yeah, I have 29 days worth. Wow. And I've had it, let's just say, for a long time.
It's amazing.
I was just talking.
Napster, pre-Napster,
Yeah. My name starts with an A, yours starts with an M, so, you're farther down the list.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have like some consideration about that too, how these sites are going to upload. Like, I mean, if you have a whole hard drive full of LimeWire music and you upload it, even if it's not, maybe if it's not virus laden or whatever, maybe it's like just a perfectly good MP3 file, but you didn't buy it. It's just weird. That's a whole weird thing. Anyway, that's going to be it for voicemails and emails for today. We'll read the rest of them on next show. So why don't we go around, guys, and say where people can find you, any last comments, and then we're going to end off. Door.
I already was hit off from Lee on Google+. Lee and the Amazon tip. Big props. I love that tip. Okay, apps. DuckDuckGo, SwiftKeyX, Remote Web Desktop, Leo's RC Simulator, Kaspersky Tablet Security, Cozy Family Organizer, Honeydew Shared To-Do List, Root Checker, Optical Illusions, Hey Zap, Dolphin 4Pad V1 Beta, iTrack MMA, Splashtop Remote Desktop, Mileage, Wrecking Baller, Days Left Widget, 11 server apps for Android, check out the doc, Ubuntu One Files, Ubuntu One Music, and I know I missed one or two.
It's okay. It's damn good.
Yeah.
It's like a little Christmas list.
It is. Hit me off on Google+. Easiest way to get in touch with me, quickest way to get in touch with me, or you can send an email, doorgeek@gmail.com, doorgeek@podnutz.com. If you want to learn Linux with a very hands-on approach, go to linuxfortherestofus.com.
Awesome, Door. Thank you very much, sir. Next is Eric. Eric, where can people find you? And anything else you want to say before you sink off the screen here?
What's going on? I'm coming back up. You can get me at Google Plus all the time. Silicon Wrench, siliconwrench@gmail.com, siliconwrench.com for my website. Android Marketplace.
I love
You can scan this picture right here.
Nice.
You can get me at see if you got a little Android guy holding up the sign. And you can get me at I think I said it all now. Yeah. Silicon Wrench on the Market Store.
I love when he holds that thing up too. That's so funny. All right, Sean, how about you?
SJGeek89 on Twitter and also on Google+.
Cool. And if you want to help, enrich Sean's life, you could join his Cozy account and at least participate with him on that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to buy the groceries; just check them off like you are. So that way I feel at least like I'm not wasting my time.
Well, thank all you guys for coming on the show. Thanks for bringing all the goods. It was awesome. Everybody who's watching and listening, streaming, thank you guys as well. And that's going to be it for Android App Addicts this week. We'll see you next time.